Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Reincarnated Podcaster. We are your hosts, the Ed Boy, the Robert, the Forrest.
We the titty raps.
We the titty raps. We today are talking about animation styles.
This is the top 25 on r/animes 25 art styles.
Is it ranked?
It's ranked.
Which I love.
It's ranked. I'm gonna just give you a real quick station. It's ranked by 1,100 users.
100,000.
No, 1,100 users like in that time. Yeah, 100,000 users. It's ranked off a point-based system by votes.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
I'm a person who always, because I feel like every era of anime has like a general animation style, but sprinkled amongst those, we have these special nuggets of creative direction.
And I'll tell you this.
Are they like Pokemon Shinies?
Yeah. I'll tell you, like, in my opinion, like, the most important things about anime, like, kind of ranked. To me, style is number one.
Yeah.
Because story can be good, but if the style's so bad, you're not watching it.
No.
I think it's style, story, characters, and then everything else.
Because I feel like you can watch a serviceable show if the story is good. Like, I'm not saying bad, because anything that's animated poorly, it's gone. It gets put into oblivion.
Yeah. Like it looks like garbage. Like no.
But you could have a good story with serviceable animation.
Guilty crown.
Well, no, I feel like that's one with good animation and a shitty story. Because
Well,
that's the second category.
That's
That's the second category, right? You have good animation, shitty story.
Yeah.
Which I feel like you can get enjoyment out of anyway.
Yeah.
Because you're like,
it's pretty.
It's pretty, right?
ADD brain kicks in, you're like, ooh.
And every so often you have those gems
Monkey
that have
brain.
both.
Yeah.
And you're just like, ooh.
Shitty story and shit animation.
Yeah. Just like X Arms.
Yeah. But we don't talk about this. Like I said, that's dropped down by the wayside. That's not something we talk about.
r/anime does top 25 worst animation styles and worst art.
It's like
X Arms, Berserk.
It's like that spider show. Like the story is so good.
Reincarnated as like a spider, whatever it is.
Yeah. But the fucking animation just lacks sometimes.
It sucked.
Yeah.
It sucked horribly. So, how many of these? There's 25.
25.
So it's dropping. We're starting at the bottom, working our way up to the top.
Now we're here.
Before we go in,
Yep.
you've seen the whole thing? Have you looked at this whole list?
Kind of. I don't remember it. My brain's
Okay.
small.
Since you can't
His
see,
brain's smooth.
since you can't see what's behind you, what shows do you think will be on here?
Slap out like 5 or 2.
Or what studios? Because I feel like studios have their very signature styles.
Yeah.
Madhouse.
Well, I think Madhouse has too many different styles to. I would pinpoint something specifically for Madhouse.
What's the tilt?
The Shaft,
Shaft tilt.
and that's probably going to be on here in some way, shape, or form. I feel like Trigger at some point. Well, I can obviously tell. But I don't know if it'll be like just Trigger or if it's just going to take this guy next one once we get into it.
Are they going by director or by like?
No,
it's just by show.
Yeah,
Oh, it's the show.
Yeah.
it's by show. So it's not like studio. I'm just saying there's probably going to be studio representation. There's going to be something by Ufotable. Obviously.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be in the Fate franchise. Because as good as Demon Slayer is, I feel like it isn't that distinct.
It's a shame when Demon Slayer is number 6. And Fate is number 24 because I can see it on the screen.
Oh, fuck, you're right.
Start.
Okay, number 25, we're going with Gold Gynax at Gurren Lagann
Gurren Lagann.
with 87 points.
You mean Trigger?
Trigger.
Well, it's Trigger now.
It's
Yeah,
Trigger now. Yeah, they finally own the rights, but same company per se. So
Same animators.
yeah, well, kind of.
I think by majority it is.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Do wonder how many people go in and out of studios.
Well, I mean like the creative directors and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like the people at the top of
Yeah, they haven't
are the
changed.
same. Yeah.
25, Gurren Lagann. I think this is fair. Very beautiful art style. I've never had issue with Trigger. It's arguably one of my favorites.
I mean, as samey as some people think Trigger stuff is, you can't help but say it's distinct, right?
Yeah.
So, which is amazing. Well, when you can find an identity of something.
It's like if you want to argue
really
that
good.
Trigger is samey, you should watch the 900 shows that come out a season.
No, of course, of course.
That's what I mean.
No, of course. I just think
But at
like
least-
something like
yeah.
Trigger is usually held at a higher standard.
Yeah,
Right?
to me, Trigger is a mix between anime and cartoon. Like, mixed really well.
They have just really bright colors.
Yeah. They know how to use their bright green and blue, pink very well.
and their space, obviously.
Yeah. Always in open space.
Anyway, can't say more about it. It's technically tied with 24, which is Fate/Stay Night Heaven's Feel.
Amazing movies. Absolutely amazing movies. I still have to get them. I still have to get them at some point so you guys can watch them. But they're
one
amazing.
day they'll come out with a 3-pack.
One day. But they're absolutely amazing movies.
$600
probably.
It's Ufu table like at its finest. It's great.
with the cherry on top.
It's beautiful.
Right behind Kobayashi. Anyway, number 23 is Oshinoko. I think this animation is just fucking beautiful. They know how to draw eyes.
The eyes are mesmerizing.
But that's it.
Everything else is kind of normal.
Normal, yeah. So,
but I think what they should do for next season is all the shots are just eyes. You don't see what's happening in the background.
Because the rest of the show is pretty normal, isn't it?
The dance choreography was pretty good.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, I don't know. Nothing really stood out besides just the character design.
So at this point, we're saying it's probably more popularity than
actual animation.
Because if we're gonna say like the two below, I feel like if you were to like really compare animation styles, I feel like the two under it are probably superior.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll go up to number 20. Jujutsu Kaisen. I think parts of this is really amazing. Fight scene.
Which one? Jujutsu Kaisen season 1 or season 2?
It doesn't say. It just says Jujutsu Kaisen.
Because the animation style is way different from season 1.
I'm going to guess 1 because of the time period this came out. Because this came out probably a month ago, I think.
I personally like their new animation direction Mappa took for season 2.
You like it better?
Yeah, I don't like the black outline on their characters. The season 1 had.
I think that's fair. I think Jujutsu Kaisen, anytime they do Big Gojo fight, obviously, it's again, same thing, Oshinoko. The eyes, they know how to draw really well.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny because like I said, I do think some of these are just like representations of their studios.
Oh, yeah.
Like I feel like Jujutsu, there might be another map on here. I can see an Attack on Titan being higher up. But, maybe that would be Wit's version.
Attack on Titan Wit's version is better than Mappa's.
Yes, but so I'm pretty sure Jujutsu is kind of like Mappa's representative in this.
Nah.
I would believe, right?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe Chainsaw Man's up there, right? Who knows?
But the studio I've never heard of, it's Doga Kobo.
For
Not studios?
No, for Oshinoko.
Oh.
It's like
so it's its own thing.
No, they've done Plastic Memories. They did.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
The girl. Yeah, I'll just fucking show you with the eyes.
Oh yeah.
Favorite show.
Maru-chan. I like that show.
The Satan
angel,
one.
The angel one.
Angel
the
one.
Gabriel dropout.
Yeah, Gabriel dropout.
Oh, they did. Oh, there's the show you were talking about with the Fox girl.
Senko-san. Yeah.
Senko-san. Workout show. This could come in for. Oh, it's very good.
So if what you're telling me, it's a show.
It's a company I've never heard of until I looked them up, and they've done a lot.
but they're really good at like slice of life stuff.
But they might be also like side artists. Like,
freelancers, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes they'll be like, oh, they did this show, but, they animated, like, background stuff.
But so before we continue, right? So is the general gist of this just, like, animation style?
Yes, from what I understand. That's what I was reading.
I don't know if...
I don't know if I like...
But we're at 24.
There, right? Okay, let's keep going. Yeah,
so let's keep going.
Keep going.
21's Redline. You can see it from down here.
Yeah!
It's the one where...
Like the movie?
Yeah, Redline, the movie. You know the one where his dad saw tits while I was watching it? In the car?
Nice.
Nice. This is one of my favorite animation styles.
It's a beautiful movie. Like, holy fuck, it's amazing.
It goes hard.
Yeah. Because if we're talking about like distinct animation styles, it just has like such a character of its own. Mm-hmm. Even just like the way... the animated vehicles or the types of vehicles, like because I think is this an original film? I don't fully remember if it's based on anything or not. But like
I think it is.
Just the creativeness of its world, as well as just how sheerly bonkers it is absolutely amazing. And I do believe it should be up there.
Better than Initial D.
Animation wise, yes. I mean that's not.
Yeah.
That's not a hard thing. Like as much as I love the story of Initial D and stuff,
poor Initial D got shafted.
Yeah, it's not quite.
I don't think I found the right thing. It follows 3 Chicago families as they journey towards hope and healing.
I don't feel like
anime.
But Redline, I feel like it's one of those, you see a clip from it and you're like, oh, that's from Redline. That's very distinct and just beautiful animation.
Seems like it's original. I can't say anything
perfect.
that doesn't say about it.
Yeah.
And it's actually it's his first directorial
Directorial
nope,
debut.
Pictorial.
debut.
Huh.
Takeshi Kokimi.
But it is amazing.
When did that come out? 2000?
2009.
Yeah. Yeah, it's old.
Almost 10 years ago, guys.
More than that.
What?
Well, like 14 years.
Yeah, 14 years ago.
All right, let's move on to 20. Mononoke.
I agree.
I agree with this
I
one.
agree.
This is the one that was number 2 in the horror
Yeah.
from the other
We'll
one.
watch our other episode.
Yeah. I agree with this one. Very crazy art style, very colorful, out there, hand drawn.
Unique.
Yeah,
Because I feel like that's just kind of the thing at a certain point you have to do to stand out, right?
Yeah,
It helps that when I think about it, the major, if not all of these, also have like pretty entertaining storylines.
Yeah. So far, I think 20 and 21 are probably the most unique.
Yeah,
Everything else,
I feel like 25 is pretty unique.
yeah, but I'm wondering if there's going to be another Trigger show up there.
Is Kill la Kill going to be up there?
I would
maybe?
argue that's more
Probably.
like
Yeah,
out there.
Okay, that makes
That's
sense.
why it's like, I see 25, but I feel like there's better.
What's the one?
Fate's just beautiful.
Bunny, Tiger and
Yeah.
Bunny.
See that being.
That's mostly CG though.
Animation style.
19.
I can see JoJo being.
Made in Abyss.
Animation?
That's animation. There's parts of it that's kind of
Are they
crazy.
not like I don't know, like character design maybe?
I feel like when, because this is the issue when you're open sourcing this, right? I think anything unique is probably going to be on here. It's going to be, I think, a mixture of like what's the word? What's the word everyone uses for like good animation?
Beautiful animation.
No. There's like a Japanese word for it, but that's like
Beautiful animation.
Beautiful.
I can't think of it at the moment.
So far, it says art styles. There's no character. So this is art style. Man in Abyss, it's got a different art style.
yeah,
but
it's very
not
different.
Like,
It's unique.
yeah.
It's because it's not, it's not a type of like character design and stuff that you see anywhere else.
I don't feel like the animation is outstanding, but the character design
I mean,
I wonder
world
if
and
that's what they're
story
going
and-
and the
for.
story, yeah.
Because so far, it seems
sounds
like
like-
character animation's like what's pushing everything. Because Oshinoko,
Yeah,
Jujutsu Kaisen.
yeah, it makes sense.
Let's keep moving. We'll see. Maybe we'll hit something crazy. 18 is
Katana Gatari.
Katana Gatari, which I've never seen.
It's
Sai the Monogatari.
That's why.
no, it's by the same author.
Oh, okay.
It's by the same light novel author. It does have a very distinct style to it, and also like some of the scenes and stuff is very. I mean, it's Monogatari adjacent, but it's not Shaft.
Is that their like peak?
It's just different.
I feel like I've seen that before.
I've seen pictures.
Or
of
like
this. I think we've talked about this.
That style.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
I like it.
It's distinct.
It is distinct.
But to me, it's like if Toilet Bound's not on here or something like that, that's like more distinct in my opinion.
Yeah.
Wait, so we're at 18. We'll just keep moving. 17. March comes in like a lion.
Oh, so we have our first Shaft.
It's a pretty show.
It's a very pretty show.
Yeah.
Haven't seen.
I haven't seen it. I don't think I've only seen the first season of it. I think there's like 3,
Wholesome.
Oh my god.
but it's a brilliant show. There's like, because I think the thing too with that show is there's sequences
Yeah.
in that show that you're just like fuck.
Like the still that we have on there is really nice, but it's just the black and white. I've always liked those stills.
Yeah,
So I can't really say much about it personally.
but there's like a lot of variety and
Yeah.
like the way they kind of personify the main character's anxiety in distinct animation. So that's probably where it comes from.
Yeah.
So it has some of the Shaftisms, because I think of all of the Shaft shows, it is the most
Shafty. Like
it is the most tame.
It's the less shafty.
It's like the least shafty, but they just moved it in a different direction. So you have sequences that are just like really beautiful and just like profound, mixed in there, and then the rest is just just clean.
You look at it and you're like, this is not Shaft. Because it's not their stereotypical
you don't get the
animation.
head tilts and shit. But
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, well, let's move on. So number 16, we got our better show, Demon Slayer.
it is on there.
Way better than whatever the Fate. Yeah, obviously.
Sure.
Wow.
It's true. 1,100 people agree that Fate is just garbage compared to Demon Slayer.
I guess is that just a question of popularity,
No. That's what it says right there.
Season 2 was fresh in their minds.
which is good. I mean, it is very, very, very good. And I always believe that Demon Slayer, I think, is one of those rare beasts where the anime, it just elevates what the manga is and is just better by Ufutable's hands.
The fight scenes are really good. Except for the last season, they're pretty
But that whole
season
arc
2
is kind of
was really good. I think what I do like is the juxtaposition of the crazy anime fights and the little like fucking chibi silly faces.
yeah.
To break up the tension of the scene.
Well, it's kind of it'll probably be here, right? But the One Punch Man's there. I mean, or something similar.
Mob Psycho's
I
not
think
on
Mob
this
Psycho
list,
would
bro.
be. I don't think One Punch is as good as Mob, personally.
Yeah,
For art.
Animation style, yeah.
We'll go to 15 then. Land of Lustrous, which I think is a beautiful show that I've never seen.
Land of the Lustrous, I think, is a proof of concept for CG.
Yep.
Like I haven't fully seen it. I've only seen clips, and what I've seen, I'm just like, this is stunning for what it is. And obviously, it provided the building blocks. It provided the building blocks for Studio Orange to do Trigun Stampede, right?
I swear you watched this, Forrest.
No, I've always talked because it's always on someone's list.
Because and that's the thing. I've always heard it's a good show. I mean, for what it is, it's very distinct, and especially showing that what CG can do.
Yeah.
And then obviously, you get Trigun later that really cements it.
Yeah.
But,
Which, hopefully that's on here. 14, we are putting Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
oh, this is our trigger.
Here's a better Trigger
This
show.
is a better
I'd
Trigger
argue,
show, yeah.
that has, this is Trigger
yeah.
over Gynax. I'd argue I'd get rid of Gurren Lagann for Gynax and put Panty and Stocking because I think the art style is way
I would agree. Yeah.
Way better.
No, I would agree with that.
because
Yeah.
Gurren Lagann's beautiful but doesn't have anything very over the top besides
No.
I'd argue the second arc becomes better animated.
Oh, of
Where you're
course.
in
Yeah.
space and all.
No,
the
of course.
fighting and
Well,
stuff.
the second arc is what later becomes what Trigger is.
Yeah, space. Don't disagree with me, Trigger.
to the point. I think where like every Trigger show has to have something that's similar to what the end of Gurren Lagann is.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like this show deals with space too.
It does. But what I do love about this show is the departure from some of Trigger's stylings, but still very distinctly feeling Trigger.
Oh yeah.
Where you're like, this is definitely a Trigger show, but like the way they adapted themselves to this source material is just so good. It's so good.
And if you like Trigger, we have stickers in our store. Clickable link down below.
We have
Especially because, yeah, he has Edge Runner stuff.
That's right.
Holy shit, fucking Cyber. That's our best seller for a long time.
Especially with this game consuming my life recently and stuff, and I think back of like what this is and how it revitalized things.
Eddie will
it's
rewatch
absolutely
the
amazing.
anime within a month.
It's not good.
No, it's not.
On the Franks, it's also not good.
We'll blame A1 for that one.
Okay.
A1 is to blame for that. They have too much. Anyway, let's keep moving.
We'll blame A1 for that.
Number 13, the lucky number. We have
Oh, there is there.
a Titan
Okay,
of
okay.
Tech.
Oh, you haven't seen everything.
Which
but
version?
it just
It
says
just shows a show, Bob. It's just a show.
But the animation
It's so different. It's
I
very
know,
different
but
compared
this
to what
is what's
season's
on
here.
here.
Fuck this list.
I think there has to be a distinction, and I do feel like Wit Attack is better than Map Attack.
That's fair.
That's
I've
what I
seen some
believe.
good Mappa stuff.
Oh yeah,
Like the scene when Mappa, I think, first took over with Aaron running away with the gun scene. I think that's Mappa still at that point.
because like I can't remember like the Levi scene, right? That everyone's seen was still under Wit.
Wait, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Season
Oh,
4
okay.
is Mappa and on.
Oh, okay.
So this final stretch is Mappa.
Yeah.
I didn't like the first part of season 4 Mappa, but the latest one looks pretty good.
Well, they finally
But I
got
feel
money.
like, but I also feel
Yeah.
like Mappa's kind of evolved.
Yeah.
Like, and especially after doing stuff like Jujutsu Kaisen and like Chainsaw Man now, and some of the other stuff they picked up, I do feel like
Blue
they're
Log.
yeah, I feel like their CG department has really kind of like kicked up its game and is kind of like nearing UFO table levels.
Yeah.
So I do feel like that is the case.
Yeah.
But I still think I like just overall, because I do think like character design and stuff changes very slightly because of animation styles. And I think overall I liked Wit's overall style for the show than Mappa's later.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Number 12.
Also, I see the last episode next month, and then maybe,
then the
maybe
5
I'll change
movies.
my mind.
Maybe that'll change your mind.
Yeah.
All right, number 12, we're going to put, my favorite show of all time, Sonny Boy. The show that didn't animate the background for the first 2 episodes, we thought, and then we learned it just doesn't have a background.
Yeah. But I mean, this is about distinct styles, right?
I don't think it's his
the
best.
character design.
No, because I feel like it's overall just the way it's put together, right? Because as much as I don't really understand what the story is, it does kind of like borrow from a lot of other shows that are in that same styling.
That's my issue.
Like, because I mean, this is Madhouse, and Madhouse has done stuff like this. But I feel like you could put almost like every Science Saru show on this list, and it would make sense.
That's what I would.
Yeah.
I would remove this show to put anything Science Horror.
Because and I believe that is what like this show mimics.
Yeah.
Because it could be like Ping Pong the animation, or Devilman Crybaby, which might be on here, or
Devilman's like almost 1-to-1.
yeah,
for how Sonny Boy is.
or like Tatami Galaxy, like all those like Masaki Yusa type shows. This feels like a copy of it, without being quite there.
A cheap copy.
Yeah. Where they said, "Look, this character died in the non-part of the show."
Yeah, because I mean that's it. But like I said, I think the whole time I watched Sunny Boy, I was like, this feels like someone wanted to do like a Science Saru Makiasi, like Masaki Yusa show, and just not quite nail it.
They couldn't get it.
But I can understand why someone would think it's distinct, and obviously it's newer than a lot of what those shows are. Yeah. So there's probably more people that have been exposed to this.
I watched the premiere. I remember.
Oh yeah.
Never again. Yeah. Anyway, we'll go to number 11, which I think Eddie might have said out loud because nope. Kill a Kill.
I did.
Well, it's
Kill
a
a
different
Kill.
show that I was thinking of. Kill a Kill. I think
Another
this is
trigger show.
I think this is the better of Gurren Lagann. I'd like remove Gurren Lagann completely off this list for Kill a Kill. I think it has more of the over the top. Is this Gainax at the time?
No, this is Trigger.
Straight up Trigger.
This was officially Trigger's first show.
That is true.
And they went off the wall.
I think the show is peak Trigger though. Like Cyberpunk is really good, but
it's not this Trigger.
Yeah. That's what I said. Like I always felt like Cyberpunk felt distinct of Trigger. Like you could tell it's Trigger, but it's different. This is everything that Trigger is.
So far,
is Kill a Kill.
I think this is fair. So I'd just remove Gurren Lagann, put Pain and Stocking in that spot. Yeah. Just because it hits a different area.
I would agree with that. I'm okay with that.
Let's see.
Like, as much as I love Gurren Lagann, right? But I mean, I would agree.
It's a great show. I'm not shitting
yeah.
on the show.
No.
If I was, I'd be like, Sonny Boy should not be on this list because the show was ass. Anyway, number 10, our important number 10s. There's the one that I was one off where I remembered. So Ping Pong the animation. We talked about the show recently. If you want to hear us talk about it, you should watch that episode. It came out recently.
There's our Science Hour show.
Ping Pong.
There's our Masaki Yusa show.
Beautiful animation. Yep. Don't watch it on Crunchyroll English. They don't fucking dub or sub the Chinese guy. I don't know what happened still. But
But it's amazing.
I think the show
it's very distinct.
Yeah.
Like every show on here, right? It just screams originality.
Yeah.
And it's smooth. When it's smooth, it's fucking smooth.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
This is easily a top 10. Okay, let's go to 9. Tales of Princess Kaguya.
I haven't watched this. This is
I'll pop it up, Bob.
Ghibli, technically, right? Just not Miyazaki.
Yes.
I don't know. I've never seen it. I think I've seen stills.
I've just seen it on lists
I've only seen it
of
on
like
too.
Ghibli movies. I think.
Ghibli.
Ghibli, yeah, sure.
Ghibli,
yeah.
Drama / fantasy anime.
Ah, yes.
So I know of it.
It's very pretty.
It's very good.
I don't think I've seen it.
It's very animation, yes.
Very clean, very animation, very nice.
I've seen anime like this before.
Very anime.
Yeah, Studio Ghibli.
No, but
it is Ghibli. Okay, I was right.
have seen like little videos of it, and it does look really
It's
good.
supposed to mimic that old
like
style of Japanese,
style.
Japanese art, right?
Yeah. I think it's pretty. Can't say much about it. So let's go to number 8. Tatami Galaxy.
There it is.
Science art
There it is. This to me is like one of those shows that just off sheer style, it's just awesome. It's just great. Also, I feel like there's a lot of some of these shows that are very distinct. Also have the curse of you can only watch them if you can read really, really fast.
Yeah. Or
poor Forrest. Fuck.
Or it's just all dubbed by Eminem.
Yep. Because the first episode of this show, right, is just rapid fire for like 20 minutes of just dialogue shooting off super fast.
See, the way I read, you just kind of guesstimate half the words anyway.
You read the beginning and the last, and you're like, I'll make it up in my head.
Yeah.
That's why I love shows that I can't read, because it's all brain.
But this show's a trip. It's just that's what it
always
is.
Looked like it.
Well, you watch that one movie that's in the same art style,
yeah.
right? With same author too.
Yeah.
But the whole show's like that. This the whole show.
It's a show I really want to watch
Yeah.
at some point. On my list of 200, I still have to catch up. Anyway, number 7, we are moving to Your Name. I think this is.
Is this your this is your Makoto Shinkai representation?
Whoa!
Don't hit your.
You don't like Your Name art style?
I don't think it's that distinct or like.
I think it's distinct as fuck.
praiseworthy.
I feel like
It's alright.
no. So this is my thing, right? This is my thing with Makoto Shinkai in general. I feel like character design wise, I feel like there's nothing very like to write home about. But the way his movies backgrounds, because you even have to think. You have to think about like we'll say movies, right? Because we're talking movie budget. Like I in my head I can't picture like that many like movies in this space that have as vivid backgrounds as his movies do.
I feel like Bell was a better animated movie than his older work. That's just me.
Yeah, it's just different.
Well, it's a different author.
Well, it's also a different style.
Yeah, I think that's a better style.
What's different? Who knows? It might be on here.
Bell might be on here. I'd argue Bell is really good. The music's really good. Some would say it's almost better than Beauty and the Beast.
But I feel like if you're talking about animation style, I feel like there's a lot of people that would watch, like especially this movie in particular, and be blown away about what animation could look like in a very like grand way.
I think if you rip his backgrounds and then slap another beautiful set of characters, you'd have like the best looking movie of all time.
Because I feel like that's always something all of his movies have had.
Yeah.
It's just like the way he creates the world these characters inhabit is very vivid. It like makes you want to be there. Right?
You're like, wow, I remember we were there. I remember that train station.
Yeah.
I remember that bullet train.
I remember that background of blue and red colors.
But it also like when people think of like rose tinted glasses for it, I feel like his movies are that. Yeah. Like it just gives these areas this beauty that you're like, fuck.
The movies are.
Yeah.
It's a vibe.
Anyway, number 6. Mushoku Tensei.
Mushoku Tensei.
Can't say much about this.
It's
I've
pretty.
never seen it, so
It's good shit. When they made a full fucking studio for this show, and then they went balls to the wall because they're like, well, you know, you think about what the isekai genre is, right? And you think about everything's copied from this, so the only way we can make this distinct is making it the most pretty fucking show that we can.
I don't know why you said it that way though, but it's everything copied the other way.
Yeah, sure.
When did this come out?
Everything.
Huh?
This
When
is
did this
new,
come out?
dude. How could it steal from it if it just came out?
This sold from SAO. SAO is like 20 years old. This is like 4.
No, it's like 20 something years old.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, totally.
I'll look it up right now. I bet you'll say animation like 2019.
But that's not what counts.
What counts? Yeah,
That's not what counts at all.
What counts?
It's just where source material comes from.
I don't give a shit about source.
Right,
Who reads source material? I'm sorry. But I can't say much about this. It does look pretty for the studio.
It's prettier than anyone ever thought it was going to be.
The 5 clips I see of it.
Yeah.
The fights are cool.
Yeah.
That's all I can say about it.
Next.
Number 5. JoJo's.
Hell yeah.
I'd argue JoJo's, and you could put what's the other one?
Would you put like Fist of the North Star up here?
Yeah, I'd probably put Fist over JoJo personally.
Whoa.
But I think Fist is kind of a thing of the past.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Because if we're talking like Mushoku Tensei is like the original, JoJo for original would be Fist of North Star.
Fist of North Star. Isn't it the same guy? No, it's not the same
different guy.
It's a different guy.
He took motivation from it.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you like one, you probably will like the other.
It is. And
vice versa. So.
But JoJo's awesome.
I love JoJo. Obviously, we got it in the background somewhere.
Love the author. He's just like, I just want to make him pretty.
Well, and I feel like, well, this is the thing, right? Like everyone knows what JoJo is at this point, right? There's no mistaking what the art style is for a JoJo character. You look at a character, you're like, this is a JoJo character.
To me, I pictured the artist was like, I went to school for 10 years on anatomy. I'm going to draw every muscle detail as I can.
And make it as aesthetic as possible.
And, it's over the top. Poses. I think it's a good number 5.
I do feel like that distinct art style kind of helps elevate the just sheer insanity that the plot of any particular part of this manga is.
Yeah.
Yep. Or show.
I agree 5. So far, it's not too bad. Number 4, Mob Psycho.
Hell yeah.
I agree.
I agree easily. The fight scenes is over the top.
Just animation in general, character design.
I do like how it embraces one's style. Because the thing with One Punch Man and the reason it got all famous is you have a different artist that came in, took his style, still implemented some of it, but then put a very
cleaner
look on it.
Like, dude, your web series is so funny. Let me fucking draw it.
Yeah. and then you have Mob Psycho, which I feel like embraces what that is or what his style is, and then just cranks it
to 1,000,
to like 1,000 when it really counts.
It's a passion piece.
Yeah, it's great.
But I've always liked animation that does like when shit goes down, they just do the black and white sketch frames. I'd consider them.
Like I said, when things get sketchy and the frame rate drops in half, shit just got real.
Yep. So 4 is really good. 3.
It's like the classic eye fish lens, and you're like, oh, this shit about to go crazy.
Yeah, the fish
shit's going down. Violet Evergarden at 3. It's just a beautiful show.
It is really pretty.
It's fucking wild.
Yeah.
I mean, Kyoto Animation as a studio has always, I think, produced things that are like very beautiful.
Quality.
I feel like, so this is like the thing, right? Like, well, because we're talking about Makoto Shinkai and his backgrounds, but as well, I feel like if there was ever like a character design or style that fit that the best, it was always Kyoto Animation.
Yeah.
And then I feel like Violet Evergarden is the perfect proof of concept of that, where it is not only you have these characters that are brilliantly designed, because I feel like every character is very like distinct and memorable just in this, because I think that's just what Kyoto Animation does best.
Yeah.
And then you combine that with some of the ways it's framed and its backgrounds and its sceneries and just like the world that it's in, and it's so good. It's so good. It makes me cry.
It's a happy show. I don't know why it
totally.
Makes him cry.
Just a bitch. Anyway, number 2, Madoka Magica.
Shaft.
That's what I think. I don't know if I put this in top 2.
I don't know if I put it in top 2 either. I don't
top 10.
I don't mind it being on this list.
Yeah.
Because there is a distinctness. There's a uniqueness to it, even being Shaft.
I think the monsters are very unique.
I think that's more the
show.
thing.
The characters are like,
it's the
Shaft.
trippiness.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There was always like a weird thing to me where it was always hard to tell, because the way they drew characters in this animation, like depending on how you look at the characters, their ages look different.
Yeah.
Because from the front, it's very almost like chibi-ish, but then from like the side profile, there's a much more like mature look to them and stuff. It was always the weirdest thing when I was watching this.
Bigger tits, I understand.
No, not at all. The facial structure. But I think why it's here is because every time they step into the other world, it's just wild.
Yeah, it's like Mononoke, where they just do some crazy over the top creatures. Personally, I think number 1 is better of their stuff.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing too, right? Because even under Shaft stuff, I feel like it'll probably I saw it. It's on there.
As I said, number 1.
That show, I think, is a better representation of all of those Shaftisms we've seen into one place.
Number 1 is Monogatari, obviously.
Yeah.
All I've learned is that Ufu Table is shit company.
They only have 2 on here.
What was the other one?
Demon Slayer and Fate. Yeah.
Shit company confirmed.
Noted.
I guess.
I feel like Shaft, 1 and 2 is fair. Well, I think 1 is fair. 2, I could put lower. Because I think Monogatari would take over Madoka in the monster look.
Yeah.
But I think Madoka's more popular. I also haven't seen the newest stuff, and the newest stuff might be just beautiful. What do I know, though?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
So, but, I mean, it might be all of it. I mean, Monogatari is what it is. It is like a very...
It's Shaft.
Because it's not... I think on that one, it's not just... Like, because the animation is its own thing, right? Yeah. And it does do a lot of what Madoka does with as far as its like weirdness, but it's a very stylized show. And this is in editing, this is in like graphic design as well as character and monster design and scenery. Like, it is such a distinct show from dialogue to everything that it's kind of hard to look away from it. And all of its different ways, and well, you can't look away from it because you miss things if you miss a freaking frame of the stupid show.
Blanked and I fucking missed it.
Yeah.
It's the 10-minute challenge of kind of open your eyes.
And then it has the Tatami Galaxy issue where you got to rapid fire read because everyone talks like they're rapping.
I think the list is fair. Nothing I can think that I would add. There's stuff I could remove, but 25 is also a lot of anime in general.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I feel like is super, super crazy that I think would fit. And
really?
I'm surprised. I'm surprised Akira isn't there.
I think it's just old. Like the animation's like good, but I don't think it compares to stuff nowadays anymore. Like of the time, it's probably number 1.
Yeah, I mean, that one's weird to me that it's not. I can understand why it's there. I mean, obviously, Akira completely changed animation in general.
The parameters of this list.
It's people on the internet voting.
Well, they're like animation style or whatever, and I feel like some of them are not that unique. Well, they're kind of similar to others.
Well, this is also what I thought, right? Because I think there's an interpretation of animation style that isn't about distinctness as much as wow factor. You know?
Yeah.
Because I think that's a good chunk of it, right? Because if we're going to be completely honest, like if we're talking about uniqueness and design, I don't necessarily feel that something like, I don't know, like Attack on Titan or Demon Slayer kind of fits that bill.
The Ranking of Kings, why is it on this list?
Yeah,
Kings is actually a good one.
That's what I said. So I feel like those ones are a little more generic as far as design language is concerned, but it has those moments of what we consider to be just sheer wow factor now. Yeah. Where like, oh, this animator just went balls to the wall in this moment
for 3 minutes, and they're like, "Wow, amazing!"
And that's what it is.
Show on
Demon Slayer,
and that's what it is, right? And I feel like that's why some of my Demon Slayer's there, because like I said, I don't feel like there's anything completely unique in the way it's created. There's a lot of shows with the same premise. There's a lot of shows with similar art styles. I mean, I feel like Jujutsu's in there as well. It just has moments where the studio just went balls to the wall and you look at it and you're like, wow, and that's what people say.
That's where the money
This
went.
is giving Crunchyroll list award.
Some would say the same people that are on our /anime are the people that vote for the Crunchyroll award.
Because the thing, because I do feel like there's a lot of them on here, which surprises me when you think about the context of the list and who's voting. Yeah. There's still a lot on there. They're like, yes, exactly. Like this is what you would consider to be just weirdness, or maybe like more of an artistic vision for some like those types of shows.
We should do our list, but per animation studio.
Would you consider Flowers of Evil to go on here?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Unless there's another rotoscoping show that was better.
I don't think there's an anime one. There's a movie there is.
Flowers of Evil. I think that was interesting. Yeah.
I just thought of that. I just remembered that one right now. But it's older too, right? So that's that.
Not that old. Like
I feel like it's pretty niche though.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people know what the manga is for Flowers of Evil.
Yeah.
Or not realize there's a show. Something like a Paranoia Agent would be cool, or like Paprika Perfect Blue. But those aren't like those are all like similar. I feel like Paprika would at least, or something like Tokyo, like is it Tokyo Godfather's the name? Yeah.
Yeah, his art style.
Yeah, his art style. I feel like is a very distinct thing of what his is.
If you guys got anything that you'd put on this list that you'd remove from this list, let us know.
Yep.
probably the guys that are watching this are voted on this list, so you can shit on us in the comments.
On your ideas.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll do our own list, probably top 10 instead of 25.
Top 5.
top 1, we'll do our own list.
top 1. No, I'm saying the best ones out of every animation studio.
There's a lot of studios.
But I feel like some
Top
studios that's
5.
hard because their staff rotates a lot compared to some studios that have a pretty solid, base.
Anyway, top 5 we'll do at some point.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you later. Peace.
Peace.